Green? Like seriously? You call your parish green just by planting trees? Have you ever planted a tree? I personally haven't. Not a single one. Do you seriously think it will make a difference planting one tree around? See, planting a tree is the first step. But what happens after that? Do we really take care of that plant? What is the basic cause for planting a tree? Reducing pollution, right? What if we start reducing pollution? You don't really have to take care of much trees. You won't have to go around planting more trees, and whatever is there will be sufficient. In today's fast forward world, do we really have time to plant trees? We are running behind time ourselves. Every day, every minute, every second. And in a cramped up city like Bombay, do you seriously think that we have the space to go around planting trees? No, we don't. Where do we go about planting trees? In our gardens, for decoration, flowers. Do you think such little plants are going to make any difference to the environment? The contribution of such plants is next to nil. It's not like people are not taking efforts. They are. There are huge plantation drives taking place. But the question is, where are these happening? Where do we have so much space? In the outskirts, in the suburbs, away from the city. I personally appreciate it. But the question is it really going to make any difference to the climate of the city? I suffered in 2005. In heavy rains, walking through the roads with water level this high. 4 days later, water drained. It was as if nothing happened. Everybody went back to their normal life. The city was back to its normal routine. Rush hour as always. Some news channels did the follow-up and they found out the root cause. The drainage system was working properly, but one of the reasons that it got choked and the water locked was because bundles of plastic were stuck in it.
We are all comfortable with using plastic bags. Like, come on, we can use it over and over again. What next? We throw it. And then we have Mumbai rains, it gets stuck somewhere, and then we have Mumbai floods. What next? Then we blame the BMC and the government. And let's face it, we also blame God.
You see, I'm the kind of person who always tries to find his answer through Bible, always. And after 2 days of suffering from this flood and rains, I was reading the Bible and I came across the chapter of Noah. And I quote, "Even God has promised." God said to Noah and his sons, "I am now making my covenant with you and your descendants, and with all living beings, all birds and all animals, everything that came out of the boat with you. With these words I make my covenant with you. I promise that never again will all living beings be destroyed by a flood. Never again will a flood destroy the earth." Even God has promised that the floods won't happen again. Still it's happening. Not once, not twice, but over and over again. Why? We need to think practically. In today's world of commercialization, industrialization, globalization, aren't we forgetting something? Yes, we are. And that is our basics. We can't stop rains. We can't stop floods. It's beyond our control. But at least what we can do is voice out our opinion, make people aware, educate them about the cause of why the floods happen. The excess use of plastic. I'm not saying that reduce the use of plastic completely. That is not going to happen. We all know that. The fact is we can't live without plastic. We are under the slavery of plastic. But at least what we can do is reduce our consumption, stop abusing it. Now the people who supported me, the problem was we didn't know how to make it work. We weren't organized ourselves.
One day Sheldon called me and he said that the youth of our parish are taking an initiative to make paper bags. And he asked me if I could help them out, as I was the only youth who knew how to make paper bags. I learned paper bag making when I joined the National Service Scheme of my college around 3 years ago. We had our seniors who guided us, telling how to make paper bags, what material we could use to make them. So we decided to use English newspapers, magazine papers, as the quality is good, so that it can be more durable. We also use paper tapes to make it more sustainable. And that's how we decided to reach out to our target and give it to the vendors.
I had to expand my reach. I had to go beyond my friend circle. Now I thought of it, where could this happen? That is when it struck me. The best platform for this was the church. I spoke to our parish priest, and by God's grace, he did bless us and he allowed me to proceed with my plans. Now was the time for action. I was ready, people were ready. No plans, no raw material, no capital, just good intentions.
One day I received a call from Linus and he's like, I want to talk to you some things. I was like, what can it be? Then I asked him, क्या है भाई बता? He's like, paper bags के बारे में बोलना है. I want to make paper bags. And I was like, paper bags? For what? He's like, चल ना meeting करते हैं. Sunday को meeting रखते हैं. Let's discuss. So we all were confused. ये हो क्या रहा है यार? मतलब why this suddenly this idea of paper bags? And then he told everyone. The one of the reason for the floods which occurred were plastic. We started making paper bags. We had to make them in large numbers, and we decided to go in the houses of the parish and collect whatever amount of paper they will give us. By collecting the papers from our own parishioners, we made our production costs zero. As per our schedule, from Monday to Thursday, we decided that we will collect papers from our parishioners. Friday, Saturday, we were making the bags, and Sunday, we were distributing them to the vendors. It might not make a difference at a global level, but it would at least make a difference at the zonal level.
Thinking about this project at a slightly deeper level, I'd like to think about this plastic that we're trying to get rid of, to be the negative emotions of hate, intolerance, anger, divisiveness, which once it gets into our heart becomes so difficult to get rid of. The world would be such a nice place if we could replace it with love. It spreads easily. It's easy to reuse, recycle, and bring a smile to everyone's face.
Well, reducing use of plastic is a need of the hour. I'm happy that the youth of a parish have taken up this initiative. But at the same time, you need to popularize this initiative. And the only way you can do this is to reach out to the maximum people. I suggest, while you have made these paper bags, why don't you reach out to vendors, exchange these paper bags for the plastic bags that they're using. For every 10 bags that they give you, give them 20. Every vendor that you reach out, put up a poster so that people who walk in to purchase things at their shop can actually see the initiative that you are involved in.
God created nature and gave man the domain over the nature. Man praises God, meanwhile destroying the tangible nature at his disposal, not realizing the fact that the nature he is destroying is the very same intangible God that he praises.